Makoto Niwa's life has been disrupted because his parents have gone abroad, so he is forced to reside at his aunt's house in a new city, which could be the highlight of his summer, because he will finally meet girls. He gets off the train and runs into his aunt, who hands him her business card and introduces herself as Tawa Meime Miwa. He thinks the name is weird and wonders whether it's a fake one, but she clarifies that it's her true name, implying he calls her JoJo instead. He looks around and thinks everything looks different from his hometown. JoJo looks back and welcomes him to the city, watched over by aliens. She says that they get a lot of UFO sightings around here, so it's essentially Florida. People wonder if she's an alien fanatic or maybe a conspiracy theorist. They arrive, and JoJo welcomes him to his second home. Niwa enters and notices a person wrapped in a futon. JoJo doesn't say anything about why there's human sushi on the floor. Niwa questions his aunt, but says he's more than delighted to live with her later. The two enjoy dinner, but the futon is still there. So he asks JoJo if he's supposed to notice it and mentions a distracting object on his right. JoJo explains that ghosts are generally on Yor. The left viewer confronts her and accuses her of lying to him. Niwa tries to start a new topic, and Niwa says she doesn't live alone. Niwa becomes enraged, and JoJo asks if he has any proof. He pokes the futon. He says his proof is here. He keeps prodding the futon, while JoJo attempts to change the subject. He eventually has enough, but the futon starts beating him. JoJo translates as the futon begins to babble nonsense. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Niwa," she claims, is her daughter. Begs her to elaborate, but she refers to him as a virgin, and the boy inquires as to what transpired. The futon girl continues to slap him, and he clutches her foot and shoots her back as hard as he shoots his cream. JoJo claims that the two of them will enjoy living together. Niwa wonders what will become of the quasar-shaped item. She tells him not to worry about her. The futon girl continues to mumble and kicks a chair into the table. JoJo snatches her legs, twists her around, and launches her into the air. Niwa gets up and goes to school the next day. He looks around the classroom. In class, he sweeps the room for cute girls. After school, he comes home and notices the fish. He introduces himself and informs them that they are now cousins. Sushi states the Earth is being targeted, and he just sits there and Niwa agrees. And he asks whether she is JoJo's daughter. Sushi recites the dictionary definition of cousin and remarks that Niwa has the face of a water bear. He inquires as to her purpose for being here, and the girl replies that she is waiting for a transmission from the universe. Niwa asks if she's crazy, but she insists the transmission will terminate in 2 minutes and 7 seconds, at which point the doorbell rings. There's also a pizza delivery service. Niwa pays for the pizza and delivers it to the girl. She says the universe is the closest thing mankind has to saving itself. She returns to her room and hands over the money. The girl appears to understand the concept of money. He wonders how she will eat the pizza, but she breaks it in half and throws it in the air before eating it. Niwa inquires as to what she intends to do with the other half, and she replies that she wouldn't mind sharing with Niwa. He halves the bill and devours the pizza. Niwa answers the phone when JoJo calls. JoJo says she can't come home yet. As a result, she tells him he can just eat whatever he wants. JoJo advises him to pretend he never noticed the girl and hangs up, and Niwa places the girl on his bike and takes her out for dinner. He's afraid of cops because they'll surely arrest them for kidnapping, and he wonders why none of his relatives know about her. Niwa snatches her up as he prepares to leave his basket, but to his surprise, her futon slips free, and a gorgeous moon girl appears. The girl claims that he thinks she's an alien or a princess because she's so stunning. She says she's an alien, then crashes the bike and lands on top of Niwa. The girl claims to be an alien peacekeeper, and her goal is to watch the residents of this city and eliminate evidence of alien contact on Earth, which Niwa believes because she is incredibly pretty. God must have taken precautions to oppose her behavior. Erio claims that the planet exists within a cube, which is seen by higher entities. She claims that they messed with people by sending them to a parallel reality for real. She informs him that aliens created a realm after death for human spirits to test how people would react to the concept of an afterlife, and she asks Niwa why he is here, and he claims his folks have moved away. Then she asks to what kind of alien contact he had in his former community, and he claims there are none. Niwa adds that the Earth is vast, thus not all aliens visit Japan. He asks, why does she continue to act as if she's an alien? She claims she is. Niwa informs her that she still has pizza crumbs on her face, which he washes it off. Erio tells him that she would not change her opinion of him because of such bribery. He inquires as to what she does during the day. Erio informs him that she spends her time destroying evidence of Earth's connections with alien life forms. After school the next day, the kid walks to his bike, but a girl appears by Niwa, a transfer student. She seemed to be ordering him in an unusual manner. The girl introduces herself as Mifune Ryuko, inquires as to where he resides. Then he shows her his map, which she takes with her mouth. Niwa notes that the paper is damp after taking it with her tongue and returning it, and speculates that it could be her lip balm or her saliva. He puts it in his pocket because they are both heading to the same crossroads. Ryuko invites him to join. Niwa responds, yes, she puts on her helmet and claims it's a magical thing. It keeps your scalp and hair from being ripped off. She asks him if he's going to leave his head naked. But Niwa argues that naked isn't normally used to describe a person's head. Ryuko says that cars and bicycles are both fast. Niwa claims to ride slowly, but the girl claims to be unbelievably quick and may overtake him when the two begin racing their bikes as fast as they can. They get to a traffic light, and Ryuko says they wasted a lot of energy for nothing. She says she enjoys these youthful moments, and they'll be a great memory for her one day. The two part ways, and when Niwa returns home, he sees Erio in her futon. He meets a girl the next day at school. She claims she is just naturally tall and does not want to repeat the year. Niwa believes she is a huge oarfish because she appears gorgeous from a distance. But up close, reality sets in, and he claims her brows are humongous. Ryuko arrives behind him and invites him to lunch. Niwa questions if she is a vegetarian, but she responds that she is a fruitarian because she wishes to be a tropical girl who drinks fruit juice and have them all throughout her body. A girl offers the club's notes and mispronounces her name. She urges her to apologize and to state her name correctly. She calls her Ruashi and departs. Ryuko claims that a girl called her such last year. She corrected her, but she added that Ruashi is sweeter and more cosmic now that everyone calls her that. Ryuko says the girl dropped out of school, but many say it was voluntary. But she knows it's tricky, so she leaves for her club meeting and tells him she'll see him tomorrow. Niwa believes she belongs to the drama club or the basketball squad based on her characteristics. Niwa rushes outdoors and notices what appears to be a massive swordfish dangling from a crane. She asks if he intends to join a club, and he answers no. And the girl reveals that all of the clubs tried to recruit her last year, but she was rejected the next week by everyone. Niwa asks why, and the girl responds that if she puts her arms in the air for more than 10 seconds, she becomes dizzy, which is why the basketball team, volleyball team, and theater club all passed her up despite her height advantage. She questions as to what they call people like her, and Niwa believes she is the weak link. According to her breakdown, Niwa feels she's merely lazy because she was fired from a bookshop for being ineffective. Niwa returns home and finds Sushi Girl laying on the ground. He walks to the kitchen and finds a half-eaten pizza. Then Niwa begins cleaning her face, and she jumps back in the interior of her futon. At night, he mounts his bike and departs, relying on her navigation skills because Erio knows the route and Niwa does not have his phone with him. He's not sure where she's leading him, but he ends up at the sea. Niwa hears his footsteps on the gravel, sees Erio is trying to hug the earth as he rushes through the water, runs after her, and insults her. When Niwa saves her from drowning, he warns her that playing around is risky. Erio claims that in an environment like this, she can't answer every question the boy asks. Erio asked her how she typically gets here. She claims to fly there, and the two begin their journey back but run across Niwa's classmates. She refers to herself as the Sandwich Woman. Niwa says it sounds like a bad superhero show's name. She recognizes Erio, and Niwa asks if she knows her, and the girl says she went gone for almost a half year, claims she was abducted by aliens after freaking everyone out and dropped out of school. She inquires as to their reason for being out here. They're cousins, he says. The Sandwich Girl bursts out laughing and wonders if he resides in the same house as her. Niwa affirms, and she says he just made that up and labeled him a jerk. She tells him to wait till their peers find out. She claims it's a joke because it will undoubtedly disrupt the class and that she is not yet going to inform anyone. Niwa asks her why she's here, and she says she went for a walk around the neighborhood. She enjoys seeing the night sky, especially the clouds. Niwa questions her attire, but she simply happened to feel like it tonight, and the two finally reach home. JoJo is eating her pizza, and Niwa tells her they just got home and she's startled that Ariel was with him. He asks her about Erio being missing last year. JoJo claims that she mysteriously vanished from her perspective. Erio was discovered floating in the sea, and at the time what did not appear to be a criminal act at the time. The police tried to track her memories and footsteps in November, but they came up empty-handed. Erio doesn't recall anything from those 6 months, so she has amnesia, and Niwa wonders whether that's why she's fascinated in space. JoJo claims you jumped a bicycle off a bridge into the river. She fell in the river while attempting to substantiate her claim, injuring her leg, and has been hospitalized since then and began enveloping herself in a futon. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and comment the next anime you would like a recap on.